Tonight, Minnesota law enforcement network under federal raid, hundreds arrest in $4 billion case.
4:47 a.m. Minneapolis, Minnesota. The city lies frozen under January darkness. Temperature hovers at 18 degrees below zero. Snow squeaks beneath tactical boots on empty streets. 73 federal agents from the FBI, DEA, and DHS emerge from unmarked vehicles on Hennepin Avenue. They wear tactical vests marked with agency insignias. Behind them, 8 armored SWAT transports idle with engines running. The target is Minneapolis Police Department headquarters, 3rd Precinct. A battering ram thuds against the security entrance. Breach. Emergency lights flood the corridors. Agents stack formation and flood the interior. What they discovered would expose the largest police corruption network in American history. $4.9 billion in trafficking proceeds. Enough to fund every public school in Minnesota for 3 years. The network stretched across 6 states, protected by the very institution sworn to dismantle it. But the man at the center wore a badge for 28 years. Police Chief Marcus Thornhill, 52, decorated veteran, community leader. He served on the governor's task force for drug enforcement. His network controlled evidence rooms, patrol routes, and federal intelligence sharing. They operated inside police stations, courtrooms, and detention facilities. This is Operation Broken Shield. The investigation began 19 months earlier. A routine traffic stop, aka 9 alert. One officer's refusal to file the report. For 19 months, federal investigators had been watching. They built a case that would change everything. 11:43 p.m. Lake Street, Upper Minneapolis. Officer Jamal Richards, 34, 9-year veteran, conducted a routine traffic stop. Silver Dodge Ram pickup. Expired registration. The driver provided license and insurance. Everything checked clean. But Richards's K9 partner, a German Shepherd named Atlas, sat down beside the rear wheel. That meant narcotics present. Richards requested backup. Officer Trevor Halstad arrived within 4 minutes. Richards prepared to search the vehicle. The truck bed contained construction equipment. Beneath a toolbox, Richards found a hidden compartment. Inside, 18 kilograms of methamphetamine, vacuum sealed, contractor-grade plastic. Street value, $1.8 million. The driver was arrested. The truck was impounded. Richards returned to the precinct at 2:30 a.m. He began the evidence intake report. Officer Halstad entered the evidence room. He told Richards the intake system was down. He would file the paperwork in the morning. Richards went home. The next morning, Richards checked the system. No report filed. He called Halstad. No answer. He walked to the evidence room. The narcotics were gone. The truck had been released from impound. The driver had been processed and released. No charges filed. No record of the arrest existed in the system. Richards contacted his supervisor, Lieutenant Sarah Chun, 41, 16-year veteran. She told him to drop it. Equipment malfunctions happen. The drugs were probably logged under a different case number. Richards knew that made no sense. He made copies of his body camera footage and his handwritten notes. He stored them at home. 2 days later, Richards received a call. Unknown number. A voice told him to forget what happened. His family's safety depended on it. The call disconnected. Richards contacted the FBI. The report went straight to FBI Minneapolis field office. Within 36 hours, Special Agent Laura Voss, 39, Public Corruption Unit, opened a preliminary investigation. She pulled Richards's body camera footage. She verified the arrest timeline. She checked evidence room logs. The narcotics never existed according to department records. Voss requested financial records for Officer Trevor Halstad. Federal subpoena approved within 72 hours. Bank statements revealed deposits inconsistent with police salary. $43,000 deposited in 6 months. Amount structured. $8,700. $9,400. $7,800. Always under $10,000. The federal reporting threshold. The deposits originated from multiple sources. Cash deposits at different bank branches. Mobile check deposits from shell companies. Voss expanded surveillance authorization. Halstad became Subject 1. For 8 weeks, agents watched. Unmarked vehicles tracked his movements. Cameras mounted on utility poles captured his routine. GPS tracker placed beneath his personal vehicle during a Target parking lot stop. Halstad made deliveries. White Ford Explorer. Tinted windows. He visited apartment complexes in North Minneapolis. He stayed less than 6 minutes per stop. He met with other officers in parking lots. They exchanged manila envelopes. Halstad visited a storage facility in Bloomington twice per week. Unit 347. He arrived after midnight. He left carrying duffel bags. Voss obtained search warrants for financial records of officers Halstad met. 12 officers showed identical deposit patterns. Structured amounts. Multiple sources. Shell company origins. One company, North Star Security Consulting, LLC. Business address, a UPS store in Eden Prairie. Articles of incorporation listed a registered agent. Marcus Thornhill. Thornhill was Minneapolis Police Chief, appointed in 2019, 30-year career. Decorated for valor in 2011 during a bank robbery response where he saved 3 hostages. He served on the governor's task force for drug enforcement. He testified before the state legislature on opioid crisis solutions. His public salary, $187,000 annually. Federal agents pulled his financial records. 6 bank accounts. Total deposits over 22 months, $6.3 million. No legitimate business source explained the income. Payments routed through accounts in Dubai, Grand Cayman, and Singapore. Wire transfers from companies that existed only on paper. One transfer memo read, "Consulting services rendered." Agents discovered 17 shell companies registered to Thornhill's network. Security firms. Import-export businesses. Real estate holding companies. One company, Midwest Freight Solutions LLC, claimed to operate logistics services. Department of Transportation records showed no registered commercial vehicles. No warehouse leases. No employees beyond 3 names. All Minneapolis police officers. The scope was expanding. This wasn't one corrupt cop. It was systematic, institutional. And Thornhill wasn't just participating. He was running it. Federal agents mapped the network infrastructure. They identified 18 locations across the Twin Cities metro. Storage units. Warehouse spaces. Residential properties purchased through shell companies. Each location served specific operational functions. Location Alpha, Storage Facility, Bloomington, Unit 347, registered to North Star Security Consulting. Search warrant executed. At 6:12 a.m. Behind the roll-up door, agents found surveillance equipment. Police-grade radios programmed to department frequencies. 16 laptops running encrypted communication software. A wall-mounted whiteboard displayed delivery schedules and patrol route maps. Beneath a false floor panel, agents discovered a hidden compartment. Inside, 47 kilograms of methamphetamine, 12 kilograms of fentanyl, $140,000 in cash bundled by denomination. Evidence bags bore Minneapolis Police Department logos. Some still had chain of custody tags attached. They had been stolen directly from department evidence rooms. Location Bravo, residential property, Adena. Single-family home purchased in 2023 for $680,000 cash through Midwest Holdings LLC. Registered occupant, Lieutenant Derek Moss, 44, evidence room supervisor. Search warrant execution revealed a basement operations center. 3 desktop computers displayed live feeds from police station security cameras. Agents found department evidence room access logs printed and annotated. Unhighlighted entries marked high-value narcotic seizures scheduled for destruction. Filing cabinets contained ledgers. Handwritten entries documented 19 months of transactions. Dates, quantities, dollar amounts. One entry, March 14, 18 kg meth, Richard Stop, H retrieved, $180,000. The entry matched Officer Richard's traffic stop to the day. Agents discovered encrypted phones. Forensic extraction revealed signal message groups. Participants used code names. Chief Thornhill, Shepard. Messages coordinated evidence thefts. Patrol coverage during deliveries. Warning systems for federal investigations. One message from September 2025 read, Fed audit scheduled next month. All transfers suspend until clear. Network topology emerged. Thornhill controlled strategy. Lieutenant Moss managed evidence room access. 12 patrol officers provided street-level distribution and surveillance detection. 4 sergeants coordinated shift coverage to ensure network protection around the clock. 2 detectives monitored federal investigation databases for any inquiries into network members. Technology discovered included police-issue laptops with key loggers installed to monitor internal affairs investigations. Cloned evidence room RFID badges. Portable drug testing kits used to verify product quality before redistribution. The infrastructure was sophisticated. This was planned, systematic, protected by institutional authority. Marcus Thornhill, 52 years old, Minneapolis Police Chief, appointed 2019 after a 28-year career. Graduated University of Minnesota Criminal Justice. Marine Corps veteran. Served Iraq, 2004 to 2005. Received Department Medal of Valor in 2011 for bank robbery response that saved 3 hostages. Married, 3 children. Lived in Minnetonka in a $1.2 million home purchased in 2021. Public persona, community leader, reformed policing advocate, hidden reality, apex of a $4.9 billion corruption network. Financial assets, 6 bank accounts totaling $6.3 million. Properties in Florida, Arizona, and Montana worth combined $4.7 million. Cryptocurrency wallets holding Bitcoin and Ethereum valued at $2.1 million at time of seizure. Vehicles, Mercedes S-Class, Cadillac Escalade, Tesla Model X, all titled to shell companies. Lieutenant Derek Moss, 44, evidence room supervisor, joined MPD in 2008. Controlled access to narcotics evidence. His role, identify high-value seizures scheduled for destruction, falsify destruction records, transfer product to network distribution. Evidence showed he diverted $47 million in narcotics over 19 months. Compensation, $380,000 deposited into accounts under his wife's name. Sergeant Kevin Hutchkins, 39, Patrol Division, coordinated delivery routes using department patrol assignments. He ensured network vehicles operated in zones where friendly officers responded to any stops. His squad cars provided escort for distribution vehicles disguised as routine patrol presence. Compensation, $290,000 in structured deposits across 4 bank accounts. Detective Patricia Rawlings, 38, Intelligence Unit. She monitored federal law enforcement databases. She searched for any investigations into network members. She provided early warning when FBI, DEA, or IC initiated inquiries. She received $340,000 over 18 months. Officer Trevor Halstad, 37, street-level distributor. He retrieved evidence from Moss. Delivered product to Twin Cities distribution network. Body camera footage routinely malfunctioned during his shifts. Compensation, $180,000. 9 others held similar roles. Each exploited their institutional position. Together they built an empire invisible to oversight. FBI Strategic Operations Command Center, Minneapolis. Wall-mounted displays showed digital maps marked with red location indicators. 18 targets. 73 suspects. Agents from FBI Public Corruption Unit, DEA, ICE, Homeland Security Investigations, and Minnesota Bureau of Criminal Apprehension filled the briefing room. The execution order was issued at 3:47 a.m. At 4:47 a.m., federal tactical teams launched simultaneous raids. The battering ram struck Minneapolis Police Headquarters' main entrance. Glass shattered. Emergency alarms blared through empty corridors. Agents flooded the building. They secured the evidence room first. Lieutenant Derek Moss was present, working night shift. He reached for his radio. FBI Special Agent Laura Voss identified herself. Federal warrant. Hands where we can see them. Moss complied. He was handcuffed and escorted to a holding area. Evidence room inventory began immediately. Agents documented 340 kilograms of narcotics logged in department records. They discovered hidden compartments behind filing cabinets. Inside, 89 additional kilograms not listed in any official record. Evidence bags bore case numbers from seizures dating back 22 months. Chain of custody documents had been forged. Destruction certificates had been fabricated. Simultaneously at 4:52 a.m., Adena residence of Lieutenant Moss. Entry team breached the front door. Moss's wife, Jennifer, 41, was present with 2 children. She was escorted to the living room while agents secured the residence. The basement operations center was documented. Computers, ledgers, encrypted phones seized. Jennifer Moss was questioned. She claimed no knowledge of her husband's activities. Bank records showed $380,000 deposited into her accounts. She was arrested for money laundering conspiracy. At 4:49 a.m., Minnetonka residence of Chief Marcus Thornhill. 12 agents surrounded the property. Thornhill answered the door in a bathrobe. He was informed of the federal search warrant. He remained calm. He stated he would cooperate fully. Agents entered and began systematic search. Thornhill's home office contained 3 wall-mounted monitors displaying live security feeds from locations across the city. A laptop displayed encrypted messaging applications still logged in. File folders contained photographs of federal agents. Vehicle descriptions. Surveillance reports. Thornhill had been monitoring the investigators. In the master bedroom closet, behind a false panel, agents found a floor safe, hydraulic lock, biometric scanner. Thornhill initially refused to open it. Agents obtained override authorization. Inside, $840,000 in cash. 4 encrypted hard drives. 6 burner phones. A loaded Glock 19 with filed serial number. Documents included offshore bank account statements showing balances totaling $18 million across Cayman Islands and Swiss accounts. At 4:53 a.m., Storage Facility Bloomington, Unit 347, breached. Two officers, Kevin Hutchkins and Travis Yelan, were inside loading duffel bags into a van. Both were armed. FBI agents ordered them to drop weapons. Hutchkins complied. Yelan reached for his sidearm. He was tackled and restrained. No shots fired. By 6:14 a.m., the operation was complete. 73 arrests. 18 locations secured. Evidence included 340 kilograms of narcotics, $820 million in cash, assets frozen, 71 vehicles seized, 217 encrypted devices collected. The evidence filled 3 FBI evidence warehouses. Physical inventory required 11 days. Narcotics recovered: 340 kilograms methamphetamine, 94 kilograms fentanyl, 67 kilograms cocaine, 12 kilograms heroin. Combined street value, $86 million. Purity analysis showed pharmaceutical-grade quality. Origin traced to Sinaloa cartel sources in Mexico and precursor chemical suppliers in China. Currency seized: $47 million in cash stored in duffel bags, evidence room lockers, and residential safes. Denominations included bundled hundreds, 50s, 20s. Serial number analysis revealed bills from federal seizures that had never been logged as destroyed. Some currency had been stolen from evidence rooms, reintroduced into the network, and used to pay conspirators. Financial records documented $4.9 billion in transactions over 6 years. The network began small in 2019. Initial entries showed $40,000 monthly. By 2025, monthly revenue exceeded $68 million. Payments routed through 47 shell companies across Minnesota, Florida, Delaware, and Wyoming. Offshore accounts in Cayman Islands, Singapore, Dubai, and Switzerland held $211 million at time of asset freeze. Digital forensics analyzed 217 encrypted devices. Signal and telegram messages revealed organizational hierarchy, payment schedules, and operational security protocols. One message from Thornhill to Moss: Fed heat increasing. Destroy all physical records. Move to cold storage only. Cold storage referred to cryptocurrency wallets held offline. Encrypted spreadsheets detailed protection payments. Judges: $25,000 per case dismissal. City inspectors: $15,000 to ignore warehouse violations. State legislators: $50,000 for opposition to police oversight bills. One file named Insurance contains surveillance footage of public officials in compromising situations. Thornhill used blackmail as insurance against exposure. Vehicles seized included 71 patrol cars, unmarked police vehicles, and personal cars registered to conspirators. Forensic examination of patrol vehicles revealed hidden compartments installed in door panels and under rear seats. GPS data showed patrol vehicles routinely traveled to distribution locations during shifts. They provided protective cover for network operations while maintaining appearance of routine police activity. The evidence proved systematic institutional capture. This was organized crime with badges. But the numbers didn't capture the real damage. Ethan Vasquez, 23, graduate student, University of Minnesota, studying chemistry. He planned a career in pharmaceutical research. March 2024. He purchased what he believed was Adderall from a classmate. The pills came from Thornhill's network, pressed with methamphetamine and fentanyl. Ethan took one pill before studying for midterm exams. His roommate found him unresponsive 8 hours later. Paramedics pronounced him dead at the scene. Toxicology revealed lethal fentanyl concentration. The classmate who sold the pills obtained them from a dealer supplied by Officer Trevor Halstad. Ethan's parents, Miguel and Rosa Vasquez, attended every day of the trial. Brenda Thompson, 46, registered nurse, Abbott Northwestern Hospital. No history of substance use. Chronic shoulder pain from a car accident. A co-worker offered her oxycodone. The pills were counterfeit, manufactured using precursors diverted by Thornhill's network. Brenda took 2 pills after her shift. She went into respiratory arrest while driving home. Her car struck a utility pole on Lyndale Avenue. She was pronounced dead at the hospital where she worked. Her daughter, Kayla, 19, testified that her mother was terrified of addiction and had refused prescription opioids from her doctor. Federal prosecutors estimated that narcotics distributed by Thornhill's network were linked to 847 overdose deaths in Minnesota between 2020 and 2025. The network targeted college campuses, working-class neighborhoods, suburban communities. They exploited trust in law enforcement. When citizens reported drug activity, corrupt officers provided protection to network operations. Federal Courthouse, Minneapolis. Chief Marcus Thornhill entered the courtroom in orange detention uniform. His hands were shackled. His family sat in the gallery. Thornhill maintained neutral expression as charges were read. Count 1. Racketeering conspiracy under RICO Act. Count 2. Conspiracy to distribute controlled substances resulting in death. Count 3. Money laundering. Count 4. Obstruction of justice. Count 5. Witness tampering. Count 6. Operating a continuing criminal enterprise. Total 47 counts. Defense strategy claimed Thornhill was unaware of subordinate activities. His attorneys argued bank deposits came from legitimate security consulting. Prosecutors displayed ledgers in Thornhill's handwriting. They showed encrypted messages where Thornhill ordered evidence thefts. They presented testimony from Officer Jamal Richards, who described the systematic cover-up. They displayed surveillance footage of Thornhill meeting with cartel representatives at Mall of America food court. She reviewed victim impact statements. She noted Thornhill's betrayal of public trust represented aggravating circumstance warranting maximum sentence. You took an oath to protect. You used that oath as cover for organized crime. You are responsible for 847 deaths. Marcus Thornhill. Life imprisonment without parole plus 40 years. All pension benefits revoked. All assets forfeited to federal government totaling $47 million. Lieutenant Derek Moss. 35 years federal prison. Assets forfeited, $4.2 million. Sergeant Kevin Hutchkins. 28 years. Assets forfeited, $2.9 million. Detective Patricia Rawlings. 25 years for obstruction and conspiracy. Officer Trevor Halstad. 30 years for distribution resulting in death. Jennifer Moss. 12 years for money laundering conspiracy. 67 additional officers and civilians received sentences ranging from 8 to 22 years. Total prison time, 1,847 years combined. Minnesota governor initiated independent review of all police departments statewide. Federal consent decree imposed on Minneapolis Police Department requiring oversight by independent monitor. Evidence room protocols reformed. Mandatory dual access systems. Biometric tracking. Randomized federal audits quarterly. Department of Justice deployed public integrity task forces to 7 additional cities after intelligence suggested similar networks operated in Chicago, Detroit, and Phoenix. The Minneapolis case became blueprint for federal corruption investigations nationwide. But the investigation wasn't over. Financial forensics revealed offshore accounts with $63 million that remained frozen but not yet traced to final destinations. 8 suspects fled before arrests. Officer Cameron Wright, 33, remains fugitive. Last known location, Tijuana, Mexico. Interpol warrant active. Intelligence suggests at least 4 other major police corruption networks operate in the Midwest. Federal agents are currently investigating departments in St. Louis and Indianapolis. The threat persists because institutional trust created perfect cover. The most dangerous criminals aren't strangers. They're the ones wearing badges, sitting in positions of authority, weaponizing the system meant to protect you. This story is a reminder that power does not always need violence. Sometimes it only needs silence and ambition from those who should know better. The cost was measured in dead college students, dead nurses, dead families destroyed by fentanyl that should never have reached Minnesota streets. This is Operation Broken Shield, a fictional dramatization of real institutional dangers. Remember it.